Too many of you guys are talking. So you got to make it a priority. You know, at one point in each and every one of the teachers' lives that are here today, they met God, and they're a friend of God. Otherwise, they wouldn't be here. Because a person who doesn't know God and isn't God's friend, he doesn't sacrifice his time. He wouldn't be here today, sacrificing their time for you. And so, because we met God, because we know Him as a friend, we want to pass that on to you and tell you how important it is in life. You know, I can talk and speak for myself. At one point when I was growing up, even your age, right, I would come to church and I would wonder, you know, I'm like, why are people putting on all these kasinki, covering their head? Why are they all doing what people tell them to do? Why is everybody doing this? I don't want to do this. I want to live a free life. And you know, I was growing up and I wasn't looking for God because I wanted to be free. I wanted to do what I wanted to do, what my heart desired. And so growing up, the older I got, the further away from God I got. And wanting to be free, I became a slave of sin, right? Because if you're not a child of God, you're a slave of sin. That's the way it works. You'll never, if you're not growing, you're obviously falling. Do you understand what I'm saying? Some of you guys look a little bit lost. What I'm trying to say is, I made a mistake that from my childhood, when I was small, I thought that, I'll still have time, and for now I want to live a free life. And it was a big mistake because I became a slave of sin. And I don't want you guys to do that. So from early age, you guys have the chance to become God's friend. You have a chance to actually know God, and that way, He makes you not want to sin. It makes you not want to do bad things. It makes you want to come to church. It makes you understand why people do things. It makes you want to live for God. Because if you don't know God and don't want to know Him, life gets uninteresting very, very fast. You know? So that is our main thing for camp. We want you to want to know God. And that is the topic. And by knowing God and becoming His friend, that's what gets you through life and gets you into the kingdom of God. Because if you're not Jesus' friend, and someday, you know, whenever you never know. Kids die, older people die, and then whenever you die, you go to you go into the afterlife, and you come into the gates of heaven, right? And if Jesus didn't know you, He's going to say, I didn't know you. He's going to turn you around and send you somewhere you don't want to be. So that's why this topic is so important. So God bless everybody, so that all you guys have a fire after this camp to want to know God. So whenever we ask you at the end of camp, who knows God? So maybe a lot more of you guys will pick up your hand. So we do have camp rules. I wasn't lying. And I'm going to go through them real quick, and then we're going to have a play. So, you guys excited for the rules? They're very simple. They're very simple. They're very simple. So, number one rule. Number one rule. Follow the schedule. Right? Whenever people say lunchtime, breakfast, church, don't run around, don't run away, don't go anywhere. Whenever they said bedtime, you go to bed. Okay? Follow the schedule is number one. Number two, respect people and church property. No name calling, no bad words, no bullying. So, respect people and church property is very, very important. I already saw somebody writing on the letters here in a permanent marker. See that? Who did it? It was a young little lad. Who did it? Huh?